there. How about that? That's pretty cool. So yeah, this little guy is going to be sent out basically to get these poor Kerbals who have been left behind. It's backwards. Yeah, its orientation is backwards though. Okay, I think maybe. Yeah, for some reason this guy thinks everything is backwards. So I'm pressing back. I'm pressing the S key on my controller here, and on my keyboard here. So I think you can see some debris from our previous flights, including the previous rescue attempt. We can also see the debris of the previous rover, the Mark 1 rover. That's why I'm being pretty cautious here. I do not want to flip this thing. I do not want to have this thing hit anything. Just because I want to play it safe. Because my last time, well, you saw how on the way in there I went from a beautiful landing to almost a horrible disaster back to a fairly safe landing, I would say. So who knows what's up with that, but this is quite unusual, by the way, trying to run this thing, because when I'm pressing left to turn right and right to turn left and backwards to go forwards. Basically everything's flipped around backwards, and it kind of messes with your mind. I'm also having trouble getting up here. So you can see, screw it, I'm just going to come backwards. It's easier. Those would be easier to go in backwards like this. So let's get to these poor guys. And is this all 4 of them? No, this is just the 3. Our 3 original ones. So this is Billy Bob, Firkin, and Siegfried. Okay, let's get a little bit closer. Now, to be honest, I haven't tested out this rover to make sure that all of them can fit there, but that's okay, because if they can't fit, I can always have their RCS packs take them over, or use the other rover. I think I can probably fix that. Oh, I forgot to put the brakes on. Let's see if we can flip back to it through all this debris. Okay. Brakes. Brakes, come on. Come on, slow down. And then let's go back this way. Wow, sorry about that, guys. Again. Okay, there's the other orbiter, by the way. Okay. Let's see if I can get this a little bit closer. Don't have to have these poor guys fly all this way, especially the 3 of them. Okay. And try not to hit them. Oh. Oh crap. Okay. Well, that could have been very bad. It might still... Okay, there we go. Come on. Okay, there we go. Well, I'm going to try not to fail this mission via anything incredibly stupid. It's quite possible that I will, but at least we have... Did you hear that? I heard an explosion somewhere, which is not good. Okay, am I close enough to this to board? Sweet. We have 1 Kerbal on board. And one thing I think I forgot to mention is that we have 2 of Firkin right now, actually. For some reason. I don't know if maybe they're clones or they're brothers, or I don't know. Maybe it's just a common name in the Kerbal world. But yeah, we do have that. So let's see if we can board. So yeah, they are kind of overlapping, but I think they can both fit. And here we go. Our last of the original 3. This is Firkin, number 1. So we'll have him sit here in the back with the other 3 guys who have been living on the moon for the past, well, good amount of time. So let's go ahead and turn these brakes off. And RCS off as well. And for some reason now, it's actually controlling correctly. So I'm pressing forward and it's going forward, so who knows how this is working. Just going to leave all of this debris behind. You can see it's just kind of a battlefield back here almost. Now we are going to try to go slow and steady and pick up Firkin number 2. I just love seeing all this debris strewn about everywhere. Sometimes it's frustrating having persistent debris because, like you saw a second ago, me flipping through all this stuff, just not working. Okay, is this... Okay, hold up. Just going to use some RCS to propel us because our wheels are not going very fast. The RCS is risky because it does pick up speed pretty quick. We should be able to get Firkin number 2, who is looking at his beloved ship, just in sadness. Oh crap. This is the second time that I forgot to put the brake on. This is not a good habit to get into. I have a friend who had a sister who forgot to left her car in drive actually, and long story short, the car was totaled because it crashed, rolled down a hill and crashed into some building. Okay, let's see if we can... Okay, here is Firkin number 2 coming to meet his friends. Alright, let's see if we can't get on that. And there you go, we have 4 Kerbals packed tightly onto this rover here. So let's go ahead and turn the RCS off. That could be dangerous after all. So now where did we park? Okay, right over here. And I think right now the boulders don't really have collision meshes with them, but let's see. Yeah, we just pass right through it. That's something that'll probably change in later versions, I'd imagine. It might not, but all of that effort, we finally have our Kerbals coming back the way they belong. I think part of what was slowing us down so much previously too might have been that we were just low on energy. So let's take it easy here. We do not want these guys to... Okay, hitting the RCS to slow up too. Definitely overshot our targets then. Okay. Look at those guys, they look so happy. That is picturesque. I might pause real quick and take a screenshot of this with all the... let's see. I'll be right back. Actually, I'll be right back. Sorry. Alright guys, I am back. I just realized that F2 takes everything away. So this is what I'm going to use probably for my thumbnail for this video. Something along these lines, because this is just absolutely hilarious in my opinion. So let's go ahead and leave our seat with Firkin number 1. And he's just going to kind of drunkenly flop around here. That was fairly rough for getting out of a chair. Then again, I guess he was probably clipping through some of these guys. I might want a quick save again. Oh, I can't save while moving. I'm going to quick save just because I don't want any potential disasters. I almost never have to use a quick save reload. Usually things work out in a way that I feel can accept. Like, even with crashes, usually I don't have anyone... well, launch crashes are different. That's kind of reverting. But like once I get into space, I'm usually cautious enough that things work decently. Okay, and what I'm doing here is you have to be standing still to board these things. And let me detach that as well. Hold up. There we go. God only knows where that's going to land. Hopefully it doesn't kill us. It should be going over that way though. So here's Firkin number 2. We'll leave his seat. And I'm going to try to take off with him. Oh, come on. I'm going to have the 2 Firkins across from each other, lest they rip a hole in space and time by being too near. And, well, hey, there goes our piece of debris. Actually, part of it seems to, our decoupler, part of it seems to have survived. So, even more debris on the moon. I'm surprised my computer is even handling all of the crap that's around here right now. So let's go ahead and board before we fall over. So we now have two Kerbals there, both of them being named Firkin. So here's Billy Bobger. We'll leave the seat. And, okay. Alright. Wow, he did a pretty impressive jump there. I'm gonna get him onto this right here. And board. And then our last victim, the leader of the failed first mission, Siegfried Kerman, returning arguably in shame. Perhaps a hero, perhaps a laughing stock. It's hard to say with Kerbals what exactly they classify as. Okay. And there we go. Now, poor Hardin has come all this way to the moon, so he is definitely going to get a chance to at least step foot on the moon. I don't know if he has ever done that before for me, so here is his chance to get out and take a look at everything and see that it's good, see that it's a fun place to be, see that it's also a place that he doesn't want to be trapped on like these poor fellows were, and he does not want to let them, of course, leave without him. So he's kind of taking a look at his surroundings. I'm going to do a quick RCS jump, get a nice, good view of everything. You can get quite a bit of height, you know, with these RCS boosts. You have to be careful, though, when you're landing not to die. And so keeping a good eye on how much of your pack fuel you've used is important, too. So let's go ahead. I think that's probably high enough for us to go. He's, look at him. He's just got a smug grin on his face. He's like, this is good. I'm happy. I am on the moon. I'm actually not on the moon. I'm actually floating above the moon, but I'm also in a collision course with the moon. So I'm quite high up, actually, about 600 meters, which will fall like that on Kerbin. Oh, yeah, having fun. This is it's like a roller coaster ride. So let's get down to about 300. I am going to start hitting the upward shift key to slow his descent. After all, I do not want the leader of the rescue, the successful, well, hopefully successful rescue mission, to die. Basically doing a jetpack joyride on the surface. So let's slow down. Oh boy. Okay. Slow down, and there we go. Okay, so he probably broke both of his legs, but he's fine. He's a Kerbal, so he's meant to be beaten up, to a degree at least. Kerbals can survive quite ridiculous things. They also can't seem to handle basic impacts, though. The body just completely goes limp when that happens. So let's triumphantly re-enter our vessel here and board. And this is a opportune time for yet another quick save. And let's see, I'm going to pause the video yet again. I apologize for all the pauses. I want to see how long we've been going. I don't want to, bore you guys with too long of a video after all. Alright guys, I checked and we're getting close to time for an episode, but I do want to take off and at least get into orbit before we call it quits. So we'll start off the next episode kind of here where we left off. Again, trying to get these guys back to Kerbal, so just have to get back into orbit, and fortunately it doesn't take very much to get into orbit here. Alright, let's see. Try and get a nice orbital speed, I think. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, and it looks like our landing gear fuel has gone kaput, so we're going to drop that and leave it in our dust. Of course, that also does mean if we have to do a landing, we will not be able to, so that would not be a good thing. I think we should be fine here. So we've got a good 64,000. What's our rescue orbiter's at 40, so we're kind of overshooting it. And oh wow. Okay, let's quickly figure out which direction our descending direction is, because I do not want to have to mess with all of that. Okay, so just to keep aiming in this direction and more or less in line with a rescue orbiter. Let's fast forward to right about here. I'm going to drop that also because that's just confusing. So we're not quite in line with things, but we're going to be better this way, at least. Once we establish orbit, I think that'll be a good place to call the episode, and next episode we can worry about all the getting in line type stuff. I think this should do. This should be enough to get us into a nice stable orbit that yeah, so there you go. We have a good stable orbit around the moon. We have gotten our poor trapped Kerbals off of that, awful planetary satellite. Of course, they are still exposed to the harsh conditions of space, but they do have some hope now. So these hopeful Kerbals next episode will try to get back home. Until then, guys, have a good one. Later.